See, this is a video that I tagged it to the beginning of my video. I have skills, I have some. So this is Heather Hill. It is January 23rd, 2026, and I am embarking on my 365 video challenge. So here's my recommendation. I'm going to be vlogging a lot, and I could tack new things on to the end of the blog. I would watch the whole thing all the way through and come back and double check it. And, thumbs up. Definitely, it does actually help the algorithm, although I've had a friend of mine in Los Angeles tell me that it doesn't do anything to the algorithm, but that was a long time ago. And I'm just going to continue tacking my thoughts on to the end of this video. Hopefully it doesn't get too long. But I can just keep changing it, and then boom, on to the next day. We will do a new one, and it's going to be pretty interesting. I was going to write a book, but I don't have time. This is Heather Hill with Florida Micro Farms, and we are on our way back to Orlando. Woohoo! January 23rd, 2026. This is Heather Hill, and I am coming from a hotel room in Atlanta, Georgia, outside of the airport. What a mess. It has been a challenge. So I've been planning on starting this daily podcast just to see if I could do this for maybe a year and just blog, one time a day for the next 365 days. We'll see how that happens. But I am in Dallas, or I was in Dallas. I escaped because the second coming of Snowmageddon was on its way. I have containers that are still in storage. It's like I've been living out of a storage unit for the last 20 years, maybe. It's been a long time, because, well, maybe even more than that. I think, no, I didn't have storage units. I did have things in storage when I went to New Zealand. When I left California, I did not have things in storage. I was too young. I was like 18, 19. I had to double check that. Long time ago, because I'm 61 now. Life is really long. So my dad told me that life was really long. So you had to prepare for having a really long life. And at 61 years old, I have to agree with him. Life's pretty long. My mom lived to be 82, and I lost her last year, 2025. So, I plan on living longer than that. My grandpa lived to be 95, I think it was. So that's like, it's too early to count in my head. So 61, 71, 81, 91. That's like more than 30 years. So that would be half of the life that I've lived already. My grandpa lived another one half of my life. Although I'm on the other side of it, but in reality, I would like to be a centenarian. Centenarian is a centenarian. I want to live to be over 100. I would love that. If I had my way, I love being on this planet so much. I would be in, like, who is it, Methuselah? That like lived to be 900 years old or even longer. That would be my goal, because I love it here. I love all the things that God has created for us. and I love to enjoy all the things that God has created for us. And it's a challenge. It's a huge challenge every day. So let me tell you about the disaster that turned into this moving event. I tried to save money, so I booked my flight back in December, I think it was, because I knew I had to come and get my containers. This has been a thing. It's been a thing for a while, but I decided that, I saved up the money and I took care of everything that I needed to take care of. So I was going to fly over to Dallas, pack my containers, and then fly back and have all of the rest of my property in Orlando, which is where I live now. So I called up the moving company, who is U-Haul. Literally, I have containers in U-Haul. That's a whole different story. I had other storage units. It's been a disaster. This move has been an absolute disaster. So, but I really like U-Haul. I have U-Haul I keep a storage unit at U-Haul all over the world, it feels like, but I have storage units in Orlando where I keep all of my stuff for making cheese, because I do make cheese. And growing food. I'm a permaculturist, so all of my seeds and everything, basically everything I own, is in a storage unit, and I rent a room in Orlando, which has been very effective for me. So I flew in to Dallas and got a hotel. It's very stressful. I pretty much have PTSD from the last Snowmageddon event, which was horrifying, absolutely one of the most horrifying things. In fact, that's why I left Texas, because I could not live through any more weather. I'm just over it. The tornadoes, the hail, the everything. Even though, I was in Texas for 12 years, I just no, can't do it anymore. The heat, you would think that it was I love Texas. I really did love Texas, but no, it was time to go. So, there's a whole story behind the fact that I have these storage units, but whatever. I called U-Haul, asked them to drop off U-Boxes at 555 West Airport Freeway. Memorized it at this point. I've had these units there for so long. I mean, they've been there for at least 2 years. I was flying in and out from Orlando. I had other units that turned into a big mess. So I finally got the U-Haul units. I've had them for a really long time. There was one 10 by 10. Then I decided I would split it up and see how much it would take. So I got a 5 by 5 and took all of the stuff that I wanted, put it in the 5 by 5. So I knew it would fit in the U-Boxes. So I was having the U-Boxes delivered, flew in to Dallas, got a hotel, got a car, got everything arranged. Meanwhile, I'm watching the weather. It's terrifying. Ice storms are coming. Anything could happen, and that's true. Ice storms are very dangerous. So I knew, okay, I've got to do this really fast and then get out of here. So I was going to leave on Sunday, which is tomorrow, because today is Saturday. So I was supposed to leave Dallas after meeting up with some friends and doing the social thing that I like to do. I like to see my friends and stuff while I'm in Texas. And got up yesterday morning to a call from the movers. They were going to be late. All right, that's not a problem. I can do this myself. You're fine. And then I got up, I got dressed, I checked out, I left, I went over to the storage units and walked into the lobby, and I don't know how it's possible for me to be out of storage, since I buy storage, I'm so tired of the corporations that are nickel and diming us to death. I have to pay for storage for the photos that are on my mom's phone. I had to all set that up. I have bought the storage for my phone. I have now 3 phones that have videos on it. I have like years of Facebook, forgive me, years of Facebook videos on multiple different sites that I have to deal with. It has become an insane challenge just to keep video. I have literally in my personal computer, I have terabyte drives. I have terabyte drives of the terabyte drives. It's insane. Life was much more simple when I started my career living on the island of Kauai. I know everybody's gonna laugh. Oh yeah, it was simple, right? Living in Hawaii. Mystery solved. I had downloaded a bunch of videos to watch while I was on the plane. It took up a lot. I had a lot of downloaded videos on my phone, like maybe 12 of them, because I didn't want to get bored. So I deleted a bunch of them. So, oh my God, what a mess. And the worst thing is like I quit doing these types of videos because I got tired of having to wrap them. I can do that. I can take video after video and tie them all together and then edit it. I don't have time for it these days. I'm so busy. It's ridiculous. But I'll wrap this one up. I was hoping to just do it in one fell swoop and then move on with my life while I uploaded this video. But so anyways, I got up, got the movers sorted out, went over to the U-Haul where my containers were. I walked into the desk and I asked them, where will I find my containers? And they were like, we don't have any containers here. What? I literally called U-Haul and confirmed with U-Haul that my containers were there. Called them up and confirmed it. I was to say the least a little upset. I had called and made the arrangements with U-Haul, called the U-Haul, made sure that I knew everything that was going on, had my containers delivered to 555 West Airport Freeway in Dallas, Texas. And yet they weren't there. Meanwhile, when I got up in the morning before I even knew that, I checked my flight status. My trip was canceled because of the ice storm, of course. Of course. So I rebooked my flight. So now, this is how the day was going to go. I would get up. I made arrangements with the movers. I had rearranged the movers because they had a moving date and they weren't going to be there until 3 o'clock. But everything is going to be fine because I was leaving Texas at 8 o'clock in the evening, which was not going to be a problem. And so I could get everything done and then get to the flight, check in the car, and get, back to Orlando where it would be safe. But in the meantime, I'm like, oh my God, I need a break. So I'm going to stop in Atlanta. So I got a hotel in Atlanta. And that's where I'm at now. My flight, which I will never, throughout the years, I've learned different things, but I don't usually fly Spirit. I don't remember why. It will come to me. I never fly Spirit. I fly Frontier. And in fact, I am a member with the Den Club, I think it's called, where I can get discounts on Frontier. I don't fly Spirit. Never. Not anymore. There's something that happened, and right now I'm so tired I can't remember, but something happened. I was like, I'm never going to do it again. Well, guess what? I'm never going to do that again. I'm never flying Spirit ever again. So I only had one flight option. All the other one, because everybody is in a panic. Everybody's fleeing Texas as fast as they possibly can, because everybody remembers 2021 Snowmageddon. It was February 14th, Valentine's Day of 2021, when the power went out and people died as far down as Galveston, Texas. It was so bad. We had no power. It was horrible. It was really, I still have PTSD from it. So everybody's fleeing as fast as they can. The only flight I could get was the very last one, which I did grab, thank God. I'm thankful for that. Made the decision that I would just stay in Atlanta and rearrange all of my flights and everything so that I could fly out of Atlanta this evening and at least take one day off, right? One day off before I go back to work. I actually work. I have a very stressful job. I'm an accountant. I'm a forensic accountant. It's really, really stressful. But regardless of that, so I'm going to take the day off, kind of tool around Atlanta. And so I am at the airport because, everything fell apart. There was no point in just hanging around. It's like, why would I hang around in Texas now? I'm just going to go and contemplate my bad decisions sitting at the airport while I wait for my flight. So I was about... It was about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock yesterday morning. I rock up, turn in my rental car that I just picked up the night before at 11 p.m. So I haven't even had the rental car for an entire day. And I turn it back in. I make arrangements to get some of my money back, I hope, because this has been really expensive now. And... I go in, I sit down, I get checked in, I get all through everything. I'm at the airport bar. Like, okay, I'm just going to sit here and relax and figure out what's going on. I decide to, stay in Atlanta, and I'm going to change my flight information. So I'm like, okay, this is a good idea. Let's go talk to the Spirit people. So I go over to the Spirit people at the desk, the spirit animals, and I tell them I want to change this Atlanta portion of my flight so that I can leave Atlanta later in the evening. Nope. She says, you can't change any of your flights. You have to call Spirit. They'll do it on the phone. Okay. Call Spirit. Oh, it's snowing in Fort Worth. Hallelujah. I'm not there. I call. I'm on hold forever. Literally forever. Never pick up the phone. They never picked up the phone. Okay, I gave up on that. I can do that later. I've got a lot of time, It's 11 o'clock. My flight's not until 8. So, back to the bar, have another drink, talk to people. Thank God I'm social. Wait Then I waited. Oh my God, it was the longest wait ever. 8 hours. I was sitting in the airport waiting and knowing that there's no way I was going to make the flight in the morning. I'm exhausted by this point. I am literally physically exhausted. The reason I wanted to change my flight was because the connecting flight was 6 hours. 6 hours. I was going to sit in the Atlanta airport from 12 until 6 a.m. to get on the next flight. I wasn't going to make it. I knew that. I'm not going to make it. That's ridiculous. I tried all the way along the way. I talked to the people at Spirit. I got on the phone. They gave me the phone number. I called that number. Couldn't change the flight. Couldn't talk to anybody. Got on the plane. Got into Atlanta at 12 a.m. Talked to the counter person. You've got to call customer service. I'm done. I can't go back. Had dinner at a fabulous place. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do a video just on the fabulous place that I had dinner at last night. It was, I know, did you listen to me? I got in at 12 a.m. At 12 a.m. I got to the hotel by 1 a.m. and all I wanted was a beer. All I wanted to drink. I need to go to sleep. The people at the hotel here in Atlanta were amazing. I'm staying at the Drury. The Drury. Booked the flight, but I booked these reservations just on the fly after I looked, because you know when I book reservations, for the most part, I'm a foodie. That's why I live in Orlando. I want food. I want to go somewhere where I'm going to eat interesting, cool food. And I booked it next to a seafood steakhouse. It looked great. In fact, that was my only decision was what's closest to the steakhouse. It's true. Okay, so they were fabulous. The people here downstairs, they were like, oh, well, if you want to go, you know, you could walk right over there. I'm going to do a video. I brought food home with me. It was so, so good. And at 2 a.m., they served me a full dinner. I was like, score. This is like Hawaii. This is like Hamura Saimin, but in Atlanta. You got to be kidding. I mean, in Orlando, this does not happen. In Texas, it's incredibly rare. If you want Denny's, go to Denny's. They might be open 24 hours. Waffle House possibly is. Oh, Waffle House here was, definitely. But this was a nice seafood steak. Just, I am going to come back here. I'm telling you, this restaurant is the perfect fly out, escape, eat, stay here at the Drury, take a breather, fly back, and it's fabulous. In fact, we're going to do that. And I'm going to do a video all about just doing that because it was so much fun. That part of the trip was fabulous. So then, bing, I'm awake. What time is it? Oh my God. Okay, I have to deal with the flight still because I didn't change the flight yet. So I call. Oh, no, I got back late last night and called because I thought, you know what, they've got to be up 24 hours. I mean, wouldn't they be? The airline is taking calls all the time. So I called the number again, put on the speakerphone and was watching TV while I was listening to that, and I fell asleep. Literally fell asleep while I was on hold for 30 minutes, maybe an hour with the customer service line for Spirit Airlines. I would give you the number, but they They've got enough problems today, I'm sure. So I woke up first thing, oh my God, I have to change my flight. I have to take care of this. It's really important. I call Spirit. I haven't even had my coffee yet. Now, rewind back. This is what the counter person at Spirit Airlines told me to do more than once. Twice. So, I finally get hold of a live human being at Spirit Airlines, only to be told that I missed my flight. I was like, I thought the flight was at 8 o'clock. Obviously, I was mistaken. It was at 6 a.m. I know now, I don't know where I got the 8 a.m. information. I think I got it on the Spirit app last night. I don't know. Who cares at this point? So she can't change my flight. I would have to pay for a new flight because I was marked as a no-show on the flight that I tried to change twice, 3 times. Multiple times I have tried to contact Spirit Airlines to change this flight. Gonna go back, check the memory banks and find out what happened. Why is it that I never fly Spirit Airlines? Because I fly a lot. I go out of my way up until this flight, and I didn't even check my flight information. I probably would have not flown Spirit. I would have gone with Frontier. So on the phone this morning, the agent told me that the best thing I can do is go to the airport and talk to the counter agents. So now I'm like, okay, I have a decision to make, and I haven't made this decision yet. I can buy a ticket from Atlanta to Orlando International Airport, where my car is parked, for $45. I'm not kidding you. $45. I'll leave at 7:46. So part of me is like, screw Spirit. They've screwed me. I should just fly. And I don't know. No, I know what I'm going to do, because I already checked the flights for Spirit Airlines from Atlanta to MCO, nonstop. There is a flight. It's at 4 o'clock this afternoon. I don't have to do nothing. Nothing. Part of me wants to just buy the Frontier flight. I'm not going to do that. Not yet. It's pretty early in the morning. It is it's cold. It's supposed to get icy and rainy and horrible here in Atlanta. I've got to get out of here. I don't want to get stuck in the snow. Hawaii, remember? Went to school in Hawaii. No snow. I like skiing though. I'm not completely anti-snow. I'm just anti-living in the snow. I was born in California. We don't live in the snow. I'm not built for living in the snow. Don't want to do it. And now I have PTSD from Snowmageddon. So no, got to get out of here before it starts raining ice. I've seen what it does. Oklahoma. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen the damage. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. It's terrifying. It's horrible. I'm not going to do it. Anyway, so that's what's going on in my life today. I have a fabulous breakfast going on downstairs that came with the hotel. It is great. Highly recommended. Drury, highly recommended. I think that I stayed in Drury when I drove back from Ohio with my mom's car. I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure we were at Drury because it looks exactly like this one. Exactly. Like I stepped back in time, except for this has got one of the open foyers. Oh God, I love it. I love it. There's a name for this type of a hotel too. They all have different names. So that's my blog for this morning. I'm going to wrap this up. Possibly post another one tonight. We'll see what happens, but this is the goal. The goal is to post at least, my son told me I have to do it at least once a week. And then, you know, the gentleman that passed away that everybody was mourning, the sadness of his loss, that's what has inspired me to do this. He was posting every day. What was Adam the something? It'll come to me. Y'all know who it is. Yeah. I didn't follow him until he passed, which is kind of sad. But again, super, super, super busy. I'll tell you about what I do for a living later. But pretty much I'm in the current stage of trying to save a man's entire lifetime savings and company. Somebody stole money from his company. He's a horrible man. Oh my, how did this one ever get to be a manager? No. So we may save his company and he may not make it anyways, because this is the second time it's been saved. It's just, oh my God, it's such drama, too much drama. Anyway, have a happy, happy day. Have a happy day. Enjoy your coffee. And this is Heather Hill. I am the owner of Texas Microfarms. I'm also the owner of Florida Microfarms, where we make cheese, we grow our own food, we do fabulous things. I am a solid patriot in the patriot movement. Thank God. I have to retire from that, but rah, we did what we won. That's a solid win. Solid win. I'll tell you about that one later. Anyways, this is Heather Hill signing off. Peace out. Sayonara in Japan. Aloha nui loa in Hawaii. And love you very much. Goodbye for the day. This is, again, January 23rd, 2026. Trying to run away from Snowmageddon, part 2. I forgot. I did find out what happened to the containers. They were delivered to the wrong address. They were sitting at a different U-Haul, even though I had clearly made it sure that they were supposed to be delivered to 555 West Airport Boulevard, or West Airport Freeway. So we'll be doing this again next month. And we'll blog about it then, and let's see if I actually get all of my stuff out of Texas so I can continue with my life in Orlando, Florida. Heather Hill, peace out.